Hi Manifestors, Meera Allen with your Manifesting Destiny Moon Update. So this is new moon in Scorpio, which means the sun and the moon are both in the alignment of the constellation of Scorpio. This, happy birthday Scorpios as well. This can be an intense time. And look at the world currently, there is that intensity, which we've talked about as we've started eclipse season. So this is not something new that we're all feeling at the moment, but the weighing down of it, the darkness of it, that could be something that could be around you a little bit more at the moment because of this new moon in Scorpio. I'm just going to have a look at the times first before I get ahead of myself. For London, it's the 13th of November at 9:27 a.m. Sydney, Australia, 13th of November at 8:27 p.m. For Brisbane, that'd be 7:27 p.m. LA is the 13th of November at 1:27 a.m. New York is the 13th of November at 4:27 in the morning. So it's not a gentle exit to 2023. And also the Indian culture celebrates Diwali, right after the darkest of the dark comes that first sliver of the new moon of that new light, as well as the date today where I'm recording this video. I've been wondering when to record this video, and it's so apt. I'm recording it today on the 11th of November, and some people look at 11/11 and they see that all the time, and they see that as a sign, and they look at the numerology of that, of the vision of what they want to see. They want to see like two little, like 1-1, like a gateway of a doorway that's about to open. Even when you look at the numbers 1111, it does look like a doorway that's about to open. And we are on this threshold of a new doorway that's going to open. But always before a new doorway, before a new start, it can be a little bit dark on the lead up to that. So I wanted to talk a little bit about the darkness of Scorpio, the shadow, the inner child work that hasn't been healed, the wounding of the world right now, the separation, the lack of understanding one's actual born identity, the lack of empathy that's going on, and instead all of this division. This is all part of the darkness. When you look at the great ages, there's always been something that brings up the darkness, the wars, the anxiety, the fear of people. Now, I did pull out from the Yasmin Boland deck of Moonology cards, the actual new moon in Scorpio card. And it actually says, work through your fears. I'm not sure if you guys are seeing that in reverse because of the camera, but it says new moon in Scorpio, and it's the work through your fears. So, that's so much easier said than done. I sat in a coffee shop yesterday with a really good friend of mine and went through some of the most triggering conversations, which was so good because I looked at my own inner fears that I needed to have a look at. And I went home and did some journal writing and did a drawing, and it was really intense what came out. It wasn't my normal sort of beautiful kind of art. It was quite intense. And I wrote all across this drawing and really worked through some of my own fears. And it's no coincidence that now I feel like I got that out, literally got that out yesterday. I feel capable now to do this video for you guys. And on the 11/11, which for me personally is a massive day because it's the 7-year anniversary of when I came to the Sunshine Coast and found my beautiful beachy home. And that meant so much to me. And it happened on that gateway day, the 11/11. So, so my 7 years today, and here I am in this new moon in Scorpio that's just looming upon us in the next 2 days. And it's been a time of working through fears. So where in your life have you got deeply, deeply subconscious fears from childhood wounding or from incidents or trauma or anything that's occurred in your life, which now you want to bring to the light? You want to bring, because the opposite of light is the dark. And you look at Indian New Year, it's all about the light coming in to illuminate, and the light prevails, the light wins, and the darkness doesn't prevail. It's just a little bit of shining awareness, shining that observation, and shining that light. And it can so easily be healed. I'm going to read through some of the things that that comes from the deck. The card also suggests this new moon in Scorpio, which we're in, a rebirth. Think of the situation as the phoenix that's rising from the ashes, as birth, death, rebirth in that paradigm. That's what Scorpio energy is all about. Whether you've been through, whatever you've been through, there is a new start ahead. It may be a little dark. It almost certainly won't be rainbows and unicorns. This is the time now to work your own inner magic. It can herald in even a sexier time for yourself, it says here. If you've been experiencing something of a drought, and emotional intimacy also can be on the menu. Scorpio is a sign that likes to go deep into the body, deep into the mind, and deep into the spirit. So when this card comes up, there is nothing superficial about what is coming your way. So the other thing that this card brings up is that you can go into those deeper places. Scorpio allows you to go into those deeper places, even if it's just in your own solitude, privately and quietly. I was talking to a client of mine, and this has been a time of, she felt like she was procrastinating a lot, but it can also be a time of deep rest, of slowing right down and going into those deeper spaces to find out in your inner self what is truly the thing in your life that you want to shine some light to. What has been something in your life that has been a dark kind of cloud over that area of your life? Now is the time to rebirth that and shift that. So it is an opportunity to, like the card says, work through your fears. This new moon in Scorpio. The additional meanings for the card says, time to let go of any grudges that you are holding, move on from jealousy, stop being obsessive. Could it be that you're being paranoid around a situation? Make an investment. It's funny, I watched a random video came up about climate change people that were tying themselves to a road, and there was this obsession that by them stopping all those cars, and they had this unhealthy obsession, but they couldn't see that they were in the wrong, and they were so deeply obsessed, and they were stopping people from going to work, they were stopping people from being able to, do their day-to-day life, kids that needed to get to healthcare or to hospitals or to doctors, like they were obstructing the flow of so many people's lives because of their belief and an obsession that that was going to assist bringing awareness into climate change, but not realizing in the reality of what they were doing was actually quite dark and not helping humanity one iota. So that's just an interesting thing that I saw yesterday. And the last thing on this additional meaning for the card is make an investment. So whether that investment is in your inner self, self-care, some time to do things that you need to do for yourself. A great time right now in a dark moon in Scorpio is meditation. Such a great time to go inside deeply within, very deeply spiritual time. The teachings are, Scorpio is the sign of death and rebirth, the magic or the shamans. Its energy could be a little dark. It could be the occult. It could also even at times be scary. Not all of us like to face the shadow, but Scorpio demands that of us. In fact, it's now working through the dark side so that you can get to the light, just like I said earlier. And the new moon in Scorpio suggests you need to do that now. So this changeover, so whatever time in the world that your new moon, just simply type in, new moon time, date, November 2023, and put in your city, and you will get the accurate time for you when your new moon is the best time to sit in your meditation. Now, a lot of astrologers around the world, this particular new moon, are all sitting down at the same time. It's not been advertised in Facebook groups and all that kind of stuff. It's none of that. It doesn't cost any money. It's just a specific little portal that a lot of astrologers are really insisting to be in that deep, private, silent space this new moon. So I know for me here in Australia in the sunny coast, it's 7:27 p.m. on Monday evening. So please, I urge you to really look up the time that your new moon is for your place of where you reside and where you will be. Tune into this collective consciousness. There's going to be hundreds of thousands of people sitting in silence, closing their eyes, going into the darkness to access the light, or what we call dhyanan. That inner light, when we look at what we're made of, we're all made of little, at our smallest photonic level, photonic particles of light. We are all simply like that lightning that comes with thunder. We are simply like light and sound that are really resonating together in this world, in one huge soul. Whether you believe in reincarnation, or whether you believe in, Jesus and God or Krishna or Buddha or Allah, like, it doesn't matter. But believe in that gives you that great love, and tune into whatever that may be. If you're elemental, the earth, the stars, the ground, the nature herself, tune into what that is. Tune into your own waters. Remember Scorpio, the deepest water sign. And I did pick a card earlier, which was about, from the water deck, cosmic oceans. When we go into this, I'll just hold it up to the camera. Where is it there? When we allow ourselves to fall into that meditative space, and especially how powerful that is collectively around the world at the exact time of the new moon, when that first sliver of light removes the darkness. This is the feeling, that cosmic ocean of energy, current dreams, future realities, new beginnings, all starts to come back to that flow. The peace on earth can come when collectively our consciousness can all come to a place, just privately and individually within ourselves, go into that place of absolute peace, silence, and go into that inner space in your meditation. Know that when you are present, you are sovereign, you are love, and you're nothing more than wave and sound particles dancing through your body, dancing beyond your body as an energetic soul force that breaks through the veil of illusion, and that'll bring great, great light. You don't need to know how. Just simply be, and it is enough. So happy Diwali, happy new moon in Scorpio, happy rebirth, gentle transformation. It doesn't have to be hard. It can be smooth and peaceful in a very deep and loving way. It doesn't need to be a tumultuous way that the tower breaks and the new moon and the breaking of the old. We that are light workers bringing this energy of peacefulness into the earth. It is us now that are responsible to lead the people that are stuck in fear thinking, the people that are stuck in the darkness, the heaviness that's sticking them and holding them back, and that don't yet have the courage to go forward in a loving and gentle and light, easy, graceful, peaceful way. We can lead that simply by doing that for ourselves. And it's private and it's internal and it fills up your energy and it gives you the spaciousness that is unshakable and sovereign. So really feel that today from today's reading. No need to be hard on yourself for the slowness, or for me, it's been my hips forcing me to be slow and now they're getting better, which is amazing. So all this, we physically have signs in the world right now. We need to slow down. We need to do less. We need to be on social media less. We need to watch the news less. We all need to regress back a little bit and come back to our inner soul self, which is one big soul, rather than all these fragments of separation. Use this new moon with this gateway first, the 11:11 before this new moon, to open up to a new version of yourself and see yourself moving from that darker energy going, yeah, I'm allowed to rebirth myself. I have permission to have that freedom. I can shift my life to be different and unusual. I am allowing this peacefulness in. I am a sovereign human. My heart is open and free. I forgive the people from the past. Well, that could have just been the catalyst for me being my greatest self. I thank the trauma from my past. I thank those that have hurt me. I thank those that didn't believe in me. I'm so grateful because it gave me the ammunition, the true ammunition for my motivation and for my passionate self to live the life that I live now, to be the person that I am today. How do we change from that fear thinking? And it's rife in the world, this victim mentality. Moving away from this victim mentality and be the victorious, be the Diwali, be the light that shines. Door slam. It's time to round up this video. So clearly, the wind up of 2023 can really be a graceful step into transformation, into your new rebirth. Seeing things differently, allowing yourself to stop and ponder within, meditate on things, and then thus that reactionary part of us disappears, the warring part of us disappears. Be gentle on yourself this new moon and know that you deserve to be free of fear and full of love. My name is Meera Allen, and if you think this video is going to help somebody, send it to them, private message them and send it to them and let them know that you're thinking of them. Or if you want to share it, that'd be lovely if you share it. If you want to subscribe, if you haven't already, I really, really appreciate that. And if you have a comment about what you've been feeling in this last lead up, this last fortnight, since that full moon in opposing sign of Taurus, right down to how you've been feeling, honestly, what's been happening for you? Where have you been slowed down or held back or pushed forward? Or like what's been happening in your deep waters? What's come up for you? What have you avoided? I know I did a lot of avoidance stuff and now I'm like, oh, that's all come up in my face. So that's interesting. So see what comes up for you. Has it been procrastination? Has it been, what has slowed you down? Has it been your physical body? Like, has it been in all different things? I'm curious to hear. And I've had a few people message me lately and they're really thankful for my videos. So I'd love if you comment and if you share, and if you share a little bit of yourself, because you don't know who might be scrolling through those comments and who it can help. You don't know. So I'll join you guys at the meditation. Look at your time for your country and your city on the new moon in Scorpio. Please set an alarm in your diary and do it privately. For me, it's the 7:27 p.m. on the 13th in the sunny coast Brisbane region of Australia. So see where you are. I might read out those times again. So for New York, it's 4:27 a.m. on the 13th of November. You guys will get up early and meditate. LA, it's even ridiculously early, 1:27 a.m. or maybe set that intention before you go to sleep on the 13th. Sydney, Australia, 8:27 p.m. On the 13th of November. And London, 13th of November at 9:27 in the evening. So please find your time in the world and join me to meditate and bring some of that light to the darkness that's going on in this world right now. Getting emotional. My name is Meera Allen. Happy new moon in Scorpio. Happy Diwali. Namaste.